Hello everyone, and this is part 2 of the questions that I had said I'm going to answer here. And in part 2, I said that I'm going to talk about the food and lifestyle, the home living, and culture shocks. So first thing I'll say about food and lifestyle. So in Italy, as you know, the main meal is pasta and pizza. Pasta is a long story that I know most people that do not agree with me, because even I was shocked when I learned these things about pasta. But as I said, as long as pasta came from here, that means those are the rules. But also another thing is that let everybody eat what they want to eat. If you like to eat your ugali with milk, eat ugali with milk. Don't say that ugali should only be eaten with skuma and meat. But I will just mention some of the things that I was shocked about, let's say, pasta. Example, in Italy, you never cook pasta with meat. You never cook pasta with chicken. The way we mix meat and pasta and I don't know, chicken and pasta, like in Kenya, we have the chicken Alfredo. There is no food that is called chicken Alfredo in Italy. There is no pasta with chicken at all. Pasta can only be made with ragu, is like a soup of minced meat, or with the sausages, but not the sausage like that. You remove the cover and you use them. It's like minced meat of it. You can make with vegetables like zucchini. You can make with seafood, but you don't make with chicken. So that is the rule of pasta here. Number 2, spaghetti. You never cut spaghetti. If you see how they get shocked when they see anybody cutting spaghetti, is that you never cut spaghetti at all. It should be cooked full. Also, I found that there are like 300, 400 shapes of pasta. And each has a sauce that you should make with it, and not just use the same sauce for use any sauce for any type of pasta. You have to use the correct sauce for the correct pasta. Pizza here, it's never shared. You don't go to the restaurant and say, oh, we are 2 of us and we need 1 pizza. It's never shared. Everybody eats their own pizza. If you're 7, you get 7 pizzas. They are a bit different from the Kenyan, because these ones are a bit thinner and they are cooked under the fire, not in the oven. So, and also on the pizza, there is no meat on the pizza. There is no chicken on the pizza. It's either vegetables, it's either ham, like meat from the like bacon and things like mushrooms. It's okay. Sausage, it's okay, but not chicken. Number 2, pepperoni pizza. The one that we know, you put salami on top of pizza to make it pepperoni. Pepperoni here is the capsicum. So if you say you want pepperoni pizza, then you mean you want capsicum pizza, which is also not available. Before I forget, the time that restaurants open. Here, most of the restaurants, you cannot just walk in and say, okay, I am hungry, I want to eat. They say restaurant opens at 8. And I say, but 8, who eats at 8? 8 is at night. So if you're hungry at 6, what do? You wait until 8. Most restaurants are like that. So apart from like the fast food places, but like real restaurants that you have to go and sit down, you have to book and you have to do all that, you never go before 8. So that I found it really weird that you cannot eat whenever time you want to eat. Another thing is that here they eat a lot of pork. I found it also interesting because I think in Kenya could be the effect of that we are like a mix of a lot of Muslim, that it becomes like more cultural that you don't eat pork as much. But here they eat more pork than any other kind of meat. So I found it also interesting. Grocery shopping. Yes, this I have talked about it before. In Kenya, normally if you are able and if you have like just enough money for you to buy food, you will have like a monthly shopping whereby you buy things for the house. Here, most people do not buy monthly shopping and they buy more of daily shopping. And you find it that men, it's not like the woman who goes to the supermarket, but mostly you find even men, they go to the supermarket. So let's say lunchtime you want to make pasta with zucchini. The men will go outside and they will go to the supermarket and they will buy the pasta for that specific zucchini, and they will buy zucchini and they will buy this and buy that every single day. Because also the foods are not packed in big packaging, the foods are packed in half kilo. So that's how they buy it. But as for me, I do not buy food like that because I cannot function with that daily life. So for me, I do a monthly shopping, which is things like pasta, things like flour, things like cooking oil, things like olive oil, things like cleaning detergents, whatever things they are. And also I buy, let's say, vegetables and fruits for 1 week. Then now every week I buy now the perishables, like the fruits and vegetables every week. But I have like the full stock of food for the month. So yeah, that is different from what we know. Food, the prices, yes, the prices of the food here is a bit expensive in some things, but also it's cheap in some things. Example, a pack of like the best pasta, and believe me if I say the best pasta, it's around less than €1, which means it will be around in Kenya shillings, around 120, 130 Kenya shillings. In Kenya, if you see the price of Barilla, sometimes it's 700, 800, even up to 1,000. While in Italy, Italians do not eat Barilla. To them, it's just normal basic quality of pasta. But in Kenya, it's the most expensive pasta that they sell. So in that way, pasta is cheaper. But also things like meat is really expensive. Meat is really expensive because you buy just a little bit of meat, it's €5, which is around, not, yeah, which is about like 700 Kenya shillings for just a little bit of meat. Cleaning products, I find them cheaper here. Example, the washing machine liquid, we buy around €3, which is around 400, 500. In Kenya, that would cost around 2,500. The ones of Persil and Ariel, 2,500, like that. So that one is cheaper here. Fruits are expensive, and also most of the fruits are imported. Like pineapples, like apples, like avocados, like bananas, all those are exported, but that should be because of the weather, because some of those fruits, they have to be grown in like tropical areas, and Italy is not a tropical area, so they do not grow such kind of things. But most food is also grown in the greenhouses. So for the weather, because it's either it's extreme cold or extreme hot. Like now, the weather is at its perfect condition. We are in spring. Spring, the temperatures are like 22, 25, and it's perfect. Then we are going to summer, and the weather will be around 40 degrees. Especially in the south, it will be very hot. But also during the winter, the temperatures are so cold. You'll find that where we live, it doesn't go to negative. We are better off in that way, that the temperatures are around, when it's low, it's about 4, 3, 5, around there. But if you go a bit to the north, you find that the temperatures are below 1. So with those kind of weather conditions, you find that food has to be grown mostly in the greenhouses. Differences in house and apartments. Yes, what I found here is that family is a big thing, and family is part of their life. So you find that people live in the same apartment with their parents, even if they're old. And also men can live with their wives' parents, which is not common, whereby a man cannot live with the parents of the wife at their home. But here I have seen that some people live with the parents of the wives at their homes, and the parents and the grandparents are fully involved in their lives in matters concerning child um, children, like taking care of the kids. The grandparents are fully involved. Things to do with money, things to do with so many things. The parents are involved in a way that people discuss money with their parents, which in Africa it never happens. You don't discuss money with your parents. So yes, that was a bit weird for me. Also, the things yes, in the homes that confuse me a lot, yes, that in Italy, in all the bathrooms, they have something called the bidet. The bidet is like it's like a basin for washing yourself once you go to the bathroom. So I found it weird. I know, like in Islam countries, they have the bidet that is like the spray that is just attached to the toilet and you wash yourself in the toilet. But here you move to the other thing like a toilet and you wash yourself from there and you clean yourself with a towel. So in the bathrooms of your home, I'm not talking about public or things like that, but also you don't go to people's homes and start going to do too much in their bathrooms. But in the bathrooms of the home, you find that there is towels that are located for drying yourself once you wash yourself. And yeah, so that I found it, but it's very useful. I like it. Things that I miss about home. What do I miss about home? Um, I miss that at home people are more relaxed to having fun, and people are more happier. People are more relaxed, I would say, in a way that even if you are just walking around and you see people, as much as people are going through a lot or whatever is happening, but you will look at people's faces and they are not so angry. Here, most of the time, people are not so, their faces are not so welcoming, and it has nothing to do with you. It just has something to do with themselves. They are just not used to being relaxed. You, they are just, they don't know this part about just okay, relax. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You get me? It's, you just find that they are like a bit more grumpy, I would say. So this is something that I miss, just seeing friendly faces. About food, I have found a way to survive because I had to find a way because I had meant to come here for a few days. Like I was supposed to come around for around 45 days, but then I extended my stay and now it's been almost 9 months that I've been here. So I had to find a way to manage because what I had carried, it got finished because I had just carried enough for the time that I thought I would be here. That's why I bought the tea from the online page. I found a good type of flour for making chapati. For ugali, I'm still struggling, but I found one brand that I can use their semolina or semola to make ugali. Things like greens, I found this vegetable that is like a kales. It's like a part of the kales family. It's called cavolo nero, cavolo. I think it's cavallo, because cavallo is a horse. It should be cavolo nero. So it's like a black cabbage, but it's green. So that is what I'm using if I want to eat something like skuma. Also, they have like cabbage, so I buy the cabbage and I use it just as cabbage. So in terms of food, I have found a way to manage. Yeah, so things that I miss is that, and I miss just having a family that is your family, if that makes sense, because sometimes you feel like a stranger. But yeah, yes, so that will be all for this video. I will answer the third part of this in the third video. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this series. If you have any questions, drop them in the comment section and I'll be glad to answer them.